Didn't you take a load of tomatoes to Cincinnati one time?
Yeah, after the cannery was closed, we picked a cattle truckload of tomatoes, and one morning about 3 o'clock he left and got down there when the market's open. Messed around all day and nobody would give him a bid on them, so he wound up trading them for 3 bushel of peaches. So we didn't have any peaches, so Mother had peaches to can, and a truckload of tomatoes was worth 2 bushel of peaches in those days.
How did the opportunity present itself for you all to purchase a feed mill?
Daddy had gone over to the farmer's feed mill to get some feed, and Mr. Griggs, who was manager and owner, part owner then, said, well, if you want to buy a mill, I got this one for sale.
Lee started going with his daddy when he was a little boy. He would come home filthy dirty because they had stuffed him in a feed bag and hung him on the wall for half the afternoon when he got to be a pest.
So that was her reason.
Yeah. Lee decided that he wanted to make that his profession, decided he wanted to be a part of the business.
We had the benefits of having a father and mother who owned a business which we could participate in.
It's never not been a part of our lives, either one of us. It's been a daily part of our life.
The first thing to take into consideration when manufacturing a quality horse feed is the ingredients that you start with. It's very important in the premium feed manufacturing business that we start with only the finest ingredients. Quite honestly, in making quality horse feed, there are only a handful of ingredients that are required. Your basic grain ingredients, some liquid ingredients like fats and oils and molasses, and then of course, vitamin and mineral premixes, which are the micronutrients that form the ration. Each one of those ingredients are sourced from suppliers that we have long-term relationships with, so that each supplier knows what our expectations are and what we'll deliver to the customer in the form of a final product. As we continue to grow our business in Central Kentucky, we saw success with farms who then talked to us about, hey, what's the chance, that you could feed our horses from a performance standpoint? What information's out there available? What science is available? The timing was perfect because science and technology was coming online that allowed us to manufacture products by using feed ingredients that had never been used before in horse feeds that had huge impacts on the performance equine athlete. When you're feeding athletes, it's really neat to turn the television on a Saturday afternoon and watch a race and know that maybe you're feeding half of the field in there. We're very blessed in that our products are right there to be used by the most successful race trainers throughout the United States and world. And so those great horses that you're going to see on the big weekend meets racing are going to be horses that we've had a hand on. And that's really exciting. To have fed the number of Derby winners that we've fed over nearly the last 20 years, to have fed the first Triple Crown champion in over 30 years. Ultimately, the international sales sprung out of, I believe, a combination of recognition of the breeding farms that we fed and subsequently the success of horses that were racing on our products. Having the breeding community around us like we do gives us the springboard to have relationships with trainers, with breeders, with owners around the world. And we've made a commitment to that industry to be here to provide the highest quality products and service that we can, and we have done for the last 50 years and hopefully for many more years to come. The beauty of the family thing for me is to see what the future brings. The fun thing about businesses like this are to reflect upon those early days and how it's grown and to kind of see the story and then to look at the opportunities that are ahead. I mean, when we sit around here today and all of us are here talking about this. I mean, I just, I'm gnawing at a bone thinking about all the things that are ahead. It's immense. And then based upon how that plays out, well, then there's another generation.
I think one of the lessons that Mom and Dad taught was the gift of teaching us stewardship, to take care of something that has been given to you. And I believe that we stand on the shoulders of the generations that have come before us and who've tilled this land and fed their families from it, provided for one another and the community around, walked these same fence rows, probably sprayed the same weeds.
No, they chopped them.
Chopped them.
really spray 'em.
But for me, it's an opportunity for us to carry on that heritage and that lineage of taking care of what we've been given.